on. Well, I've left it to after. I decided to leave it till after 3 o'clock. But this is where this is where it's got a book here. Are you interested in computer games and animations? Do you want to learn how to create your own computer programs? Computer coding for kids is what everybody in computer programming it needs. Colourful graphics combined with step-by-step instructions to make the art of coding clear and enjoyable even for complete beginners. From coding basics to fun projects, this unique guide will show you how to build games and animations using 2 different programming languages, Scratch and Python. There's someone watching now. It's supporting the new computer curriculum in UK schools. Computer coding for kids makes even the most difficult aspects of coding fun and easy to understand. So I don't know if anyone else has got a copy of this book, Computer Coding for Kids, a unique step-by-step visual guide from binary code to building games, Carol Vorderman. So there's 2 computer programming languages dealt with in this book, Scratch and Python, and we mentioned Python in part 1, didn't we? Oh God, there's no one watching now. Oh, there's someone watching again, right. Right, hi again. Yeah, I'll just read you a bit about Carol Vorderman. Carol Vorderman, MA, MBE, is one of Britain's best-loved TV presenters and is renowned for her skills in mathematics. She has a degree in engineering from the University of Cambridge. Carol has a keen interest in coding and feels strongly that every child should have the chance to learn such a valuable skill. She has hosted numerous TV shows on science and technology such as Tomorrow's World and How To. I'll just finish off reading this. As well as the Pride of Britain Awards on the BBC, ITV and Channel 4. Whether co-hosting Channel 4's Countdown, whether co-hosting Channel 4's Countdown for 26 years, becoming the second best-selling female non-fiction author of the noughties decade in the UK, or advising British Prime Minister David Cameron on the future of potential mathematics education in the UK. Carol has a passion and devotion to explaining mathematics, science and technology in an exciting and easy, understandable way. Right, hi again. I'll read this bit here. So I discovered your channel through a video you uploaded about the history of 3-dimensional films. I decided to subscribe. Didn't realise you did like. Well, I do, yeah. They do live discussions. Didn't realise you did live videos too. You seem like a pretty wholesome guy. This is silly. I'm not reading this. This is just silly. Jimmy, Sam, I think they're both dead and gone, aren't they? Oh dear, here comes a troll as per usual. Well, we mentioned Python, didn't we, in the first part of the discussion? I don't know what's happened to the. There's, I don't know what's. I was just saying we mentioned Python, but Python in the first part of the discussion, didn't we? The computer programming language. I don't. I've got a pet snake. Well, Python is a computer programming languages, but like it's one of the computer programming languages that are popular today. And so someone mentioned it in part one that they were doing it at college or some sort of a course. I don't know what's happened to that person. I don't know whether they're going to rejoin us. I don't know what language. I know a bit of Basic, Visual Basic 6. This book here might be of some use to me, maybe, when I've got time. Say something in a different language. My linguistic skills aren't that good, I'm afraid. Come on to Pelchu. I think that means what is your name? Ah, I can do front. We're getting somewhere now. I can do. I can do front end stuff. So JavaScript, CAS, and a bit of PHP. Seriously, get off live. You can look up programming courses on Google. Why should you get off live? I like doing my live streams. They're fun. I broke my PC while I was burgled last year. That's a shame. That. You have my deepest sympathy. Well, yeah, I know, but for the time being, for the time being, I'm just making a live video. It might go on for it might go on for over an hour, maybe. Oh, we have to have a good laugh in these live streams, don't we? Do you know what bug bounty hunting is? I don't know, sorry. Couldn't help you out with that. Yes, I've got someone sticking up for me here. Trolls aren't welcome. Glad I've got someone sticking up for me. You're a good mate. Thanks, laddie. You're a good mate. Right. I'll read the forward. Just a few years ago, computer coding seemed like a mysterious skill that could only be practiced by specialists. To many people, the idea that coding could be fun was a strange one. But then the world changed. In the space of a few years, the internet, email, social networks, smartphones, and apps hit us like a tornado, transforming the way we live. Computers are a huge part of life that we all now take for granted. Instead of calling someone on the phone, we send a text message or use social media. From shopping and entertainment to news and games, we guzzle on everything computers have to offer. But we can do more than just use this technology. We can create it. If we can learn to code, we can make our own digital masterpieces. Everything computers do is controlled by lines of code that someone has typed out on a keyboard, it might look like a foreign language, but it's a language anybody can pick up quite quickly. Many would argue that coding has become one of the most important skills you can learn in the 21st century. Learning to code is tremendous fun if you can get fun as you can get instant results, no matter how much you have to learn. In fact, it's such fun creating games and programs that it feels effortless once you're hooked. It's also creative, perhaps the first science that combines art, logic, storytelling, and business. Not only that, coding is a fantastical skill for life. It strengthens logical thinking and problem-solving skills, vital in many areas of life, from science and engineering to medicine and law. The number of jobs that require coding is set to increase dramatically in the future, and there's already a shortage of good coders. Learn to code and the digital world is yours for the taking. No, right. I'll read this is a message. This is a message I'd like to read. This is a message I particularly like to read. No, what did Philip do to deserve harassment? All of you just bully him when he's trying to do a friendly stream. Someone even sent him a takeaway last week. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but it's time someone stands up for this kind of man. Stop trolling him. You need to block trolls, Phil. How could they? Well, anybody who posts my address in one of my live streams, they're going to block them in future. I've had this on two of my live streams. I've had someone posting my address, and I'd like to know what they do it for. Did he think it's a harmless prank or something? You got doxed. What's doxed? Well, someone leaks your address. Well, someone did leak my address. In two of my live streams, they've done it. Doxed me. Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. If anyone tries to leak my address, again, I'm going to block them. They were doing it. They were doing it when I was filming that karaoke in the Swinging Witch. So someone kept doing it over and over again. But I know how to block them now. I removed it and they kept reposting it over and over again. But I can block if anyone does it now. I can block them. Hey, I'm new to this channel. Welcome. Did you? I've not eaten it. Are you still in the fridge? Right. How this book works. Well, technically, I'm a human typing, but Peanut is our chimp here at Dudley Zoo, and this is his account. Yeah. Well, we're just talking about this book now. How this book works. This book introduces all the essential concepts needed to understand computer coding. Fun projects throughout put these ideas into practice. Everything is broken down into small chunks so that it's easy to follow and understand. What you're telling me is you're posted on behalf of a chimpanzee. I've heard about Peanut the chimp on the telly. Right, what is a computer program? A computer program is a set of instructions that a computer follows to complete a task. Coding or programming means writing the step-by-step instructions that tell the computer what to do. Computer programs are everywhere. We are surrounded by computer programs. Many of the devices and gadgets we use each day are controlled by them. That these machines all follow step-by-step instructions written by computer programmers. Mobile phones. Programs allow you to make a phone call or send text messages. When you search for a contact, a program finds the correct phone number. Computer software. Everything a computer does, from browsing the internet to writing documents or playing music, works because of code written by computer programming. Games. Consoles are just another type of computer, and all the games that run on them are programs. All the graphics, sounds, and controls are written in computer code. Cars. In some cars, computer programs monitor the speed, temperature, and amount of fuel in the tank. Computer programs can even help control the brakes to help people safe. Washing machines. Washing machines are programmed to follow different cycles. Computer code controls how hot the water is and how long the wash takes. How computer programs work. Computers might seem very smart, but they're actually just boxes that follow instructions very quickly and accurately. As intelligent humans, we can get them to carry out different tasks by writing programs or lists of instructions. Computers can't think. A computer can't do anything by itself. It's up to the computer programmer to give it instructions. Write a program. You can tell the computer what to do by writing a set of very detailed instructions called a program. Each instruction has to be small enough that the computer can understand it. If the instructions are incorrect, the computer won't behave the way you want it to. Computers can only follow instructions in a language I understand. It's up to the programmer to choose which language is best for the task. Right. Hardware and software. Hardware means the physical parts of a computer that you can see or touch, all the wires, the circuits, the keyboard, and the display screen, and so on. Software means a program that runs on the computer and control how it works. Software and hardware work together to make computers do useful things. What computer do you use? I use a laptop. This is a computer programming counting down to launch. All programs are finally converted into binary code, a basic computer language that only uses only ones and noughts. How old are you? I'm 55. Right, what is coding? Think like a computer. A programmer has learned to think like a computer. All tasks must be broken down into small chunks so they are easy to follow and impossible to get wrong. Imagine a cafe where a waiter is a robot. The robot has a simple computer brain and needs to be told how to get from a cafe kitchen to serve food to diners seated at tables. First, the process has to be broken down into simple tasks the computer can understand. An algorithm is a set of simple instructions for performing a task. A program is an algorithm that has been translated into a language that computers can understand. Ah, right. I saw you last week, but I didn't want to approach you in public. Well, I'm not particularly bothered, really. Right. Disaster. The instructions weren't clear. We forgot to tell the robot to use the door. It might seem it might seem obvious to humans, but computers can't think for themselves. I think half the time humans can't think for themselves. I think. Right. Wait to robot program 1. Using this program, the robot grabs the food from the plate, crashes straight through the kitchen wall and into the dining area, and puts the food on the floor. This algorithm wasn't detailed enough. Pick up food, move from kitchen to diner's table, put food down. so you can see. That happened again, didn't it? Someone went and posted the flaming address again. What do you do it for, eh? What do you want to do that for? Why have you actually disclosed my address while I'm doing a live stream? Right. Right. Well, we won't be having any more trouble with him now because we've hidden him. Right. Right, let's get on with this now. In the way to robot program 1, we didn't give the robot proper instructions, and we didn't we forgot to tell it to use the door. It might seem obvious to humans, but computers can't think for themselves. Right. I suppose. I suppose he did they just say it as being a bit of a harmless prank, but it might disclosing someone's address online might not be as harmless as what it seems. That's the only thing that's snag with it. Right. Wait to robot program 1. Using this program, the robot grabs the food from the plate, crashes straight through the kitchen wall into the dining area, and right. Now using. I don't want to disclose. I don't want to mention his name. Well, but waiter robot program 2. This time we've told the robot waiter to use the kitchen door. No, I don't know him, no. No, I don't know him from Adam. This chapter is all about. Is basically. I don't need to read through the whole chapter. I could just give a brief summary of what it's all about. It's all about thinking up a set of instructions that a robot could follow safely without causing an accident. It's like if you're driving a car. A car is just an inanimate object. It's got to be controlled by the. But its safety on the road is in the control of the person driving it. Becoming a coder. Coders are the people who write the programs behind everything we see and do on a computer. You can create your own programs by learning a programming language. Programming language. There are a huge range of programming languages to choose from. Each one can be used for different tasks. Here are some of the most popular languages and what they are often used for. So let's see. A powerful language for building computer operating systems. Ada. You used to control spacecraft, satellites and aeroplanes. Java. Works on computers, mobile phones and tablets. MATLAB. Ideal for programs that need to carry out lots of calculations. Ruby. Automatically turns lots of information into web pages. JavaScript. That was mentioned in part one, wasn't it? A language used to build interactive websites. A visual language. That side. Scratch. A visual language that's ideal for learning programming. This is the first language covered in this book. Python. A text-based language that can be used to build all kinds of things. It's a second language covered in this book. What is Scratch? Scratch is a great way to start coding. I always assumed it was a great way to stop your skin from itching. Programs are created by connecting together blocks of code instead of typing it out. Scratch is quick and easy to use and also teaches you the key ideas you need to use other programming languages. The program appears on this side of the screen. Right, what is Python? People around the world use Python to build games, tools and websites. It's a great language to master as it can help you build all kinds of different programs. Python looks like a mixture of recognisable words and characters so it can be easily read and understood by humans. There's a bit of instructions there written in Python. Getting started. It's time to start programming. All you need is a computer with an internet connection. This book starts with Scratch, the perfect language to help you on your way to becoming a coding expert. Get ready to jump into the exciting world of computer coding. Oh. Right. Expert tips. Enjoy programming. Enjoy experimenting. As a programmer, you should experiment with the code and programs you make. One of the best ways to learn programming is to play about and see what happens when you change different parts of the code. By tinkering and fiddling, you'll discover new ways of doing things. You learn much more about computer programming and have even more fun. Starting from scratch. I think he's just pulling me leg. I think that's what I think. I don't think he's ordered it. I don't think anyone's ordered it. Well, they ordered a takeaway from me last week, so They ordered a takeaway for me last week, so I haven't ruled out the possibility it might happen this week. No, we're not talking about the gravy. No, I'm not going to show you the gravy. What is Scratch? Scratch is a visual programming language that makes coding simple. It can be used. What's my computer? I've got a laptop. That's all I can tell you. I don't really know very much about it. I think it's a Toshiba laptop. Hi, Energy World. I'm fine, thanks. Fine. I think this book. I think this book. I'm glad I bought this book. What are your thoughts on A1 artificial intelligence? Well, I've got a few copies of the magazine New Scientist, and there's some articles on A1 in that. Right. A typical Scratch. I'll just go through what it says on this page. Scratch is a programming language. There's not much typing and it's easy to get started. Put together Scratch uses coloured blocks of code, but blocks are selected and joined together to make a script, which is a set of instructions. Make sprites move and speak. Objects such as people, vehicles, and animals can be added to a program. These objects are called sprites. Scripts make them move and speak. Sprites can be programmed to walk, run, and dance. Sprites like me can be programmed to talk in speech bubbles. Mr. Hardy was a head teacher, remember? Now. This is interesting. Do you not remember me from school? We were in... Mr. Hardy wasn't the head teacher. What you talking about? But by head teacher, you mean headmaster? Mr. Farr was a headmaster. Or was Mr. Hardy the head teacher? I don't know. I remember Taffy Evans. Yeah, right. Was Mr. Hardy the head teacher? Well, I didn't know. No, he wasn't. No, I mean, Mr. Farr, you're getting it wrong. Mr. Farr was the headmaster. It wasn't Mr. Hardy, it was Mr. Farr. No, he wasn't. What year did you leave school? It was all right. Lingo. Why is it called scratch? Scratching is a way of mixing different sounds to make new music. The Scratch programming language enables you to mix pictures, sounds and scripts to make new computer programmings. Here is an example of a Scratch program. All of the action takes place in an area on the screen called the stage. Oh, 1987. Well, I left 1985. The year I left, Mr. Farr was the headmaster. It wasn't Mr. Hardy. It was Mr. Farr. Do you remember Frankie Burridge and Emma Bebbington? They were both in your year. And Matthew Stegel, he was in your year. Yeah, I remember Frank. Yeah. Matthew, oh gosh, yes. I typed up your name and was surprised to see this side of you. You're popular now. Well, I'm not a teenager anymore. I was a I'm middle aged. I don't get singled out as being different now same as what I used to. And I also live independently as well. I mean, I was saying to my mum's twin brother the other day that he's seen a side of me that my mother never got to see because she didn't think I was capable of living independently. Do you like Alton Towers? I quite like Alton Towers, yeah. You tend to you're a bit curious about my likes and dislikes, aren't you? I was hoping to start a discussion on computer programming languages, but There hasn't been very much mention of that for some reason or other. That was the object of this discussion, really. A typical Scratch program. Here, I've never been there for ages. Here is an example of a Scratch program. All of the action. I'm not learning any programming language really at the moment. I know a bit about Visual Basic 6 because I used to program in it. I'm not really. Here is an example of a Scratch program. All of the action takes place in an area on the screen called the stage. Background images and sprites can be added to the stage. And you can write scripts to make things happen. Running a program. Starting a program is called running it. To run a program in Scratch, click the green flag above the stage. The red button stops a program. The green flag runs a program. Scripts make sprites move. Scratch contains but blocks that. My goal is to be able to monetize my channel actually. Scratch contains blocks that can be used to make scripts. This script makes it the sharp bounce around the screen. The next costume block makes it open and close its mouth with each movement. The forever block keeps the sprite moving endlessly. In Scratch, when you save your work, it is called a project. A project includes all the sprites, backgrounds, sounds, and scripts you're working with. When you load a project again later, everything will be where it was when you saved it. A Scratch project is a computer program. Installing and launching Scratch. To start programming in Scratch, you need to have the Scratch software. It can be installed on a computer or it can be used online. You have to download it. You have to. Which type of languages do you like, compiler or interpreter? Or what would you say the difference was between a compiler or an interpreter? See, to get Scratch on your computer, you have to go to the website where http scratch mit edu. A Scratch account can be used to share the programs you make on the Scratch website. It's also used to save work online. Visit the Scratch website at http scratch and click Join Scratch to create your account. The way Scratch is set up depends. The way Scratch is set up depends on whether it's used over the internet, online, or from downloaded software offline. Tells you on there how you can download it. Different versions of Scratch. This book uses Scratch 2.0, the latest version of Scratch. Use this version if possible, an older version will differ slightly. So the book tells you all about, it's an interesting book, this. It could be useful to someone. Oh. Why don't you treat... I don't want an Xbox One. The second half of the book is all about programming in Python. Right. What is Python? Python is a text-based programming language. It takes a bit longer to learn than Scratch, but can be used to do much more. Python is a versatile language. It can be used to make many different types of programs, from word processing to web browsers. Here are a few great reasons to learn Python. Easy to learn and use, but Python programs are written in a simple language. The code is quite easy to read and write compared to many other programming languages. It contains ready-to-use codes. Python contains... So someone's contacted me about going to... about something, right. Right. You're not a salesman. Let people decide for themselves. Is that a bit regarding the Python is a versatile language. It can be used to make many different types of programs, from word processing to web browsers. Here are a few great reasons to learn Python. Right. Python contains libraries of pre-programmed code that you can use in your programs. It makes it easy to write complex programs quickly. Python contains lots of programs you can use and build on. Before learning how to program in Python, it is useful to get familiar with how it works. The next few pages will teach you how to. Python is free, but you have to install it yourself. Make a simple program and save it on the computer. Try some simple programs to see how they work. Right, it's useful for Python is useful, but it can be used to write real programs. It is used by Google, NASA, and Pixar, among others. Right, Scratch in Python. Lots of elements that are used in Scratch are also used in Python. They just look different. Here are a few similarities between the two languages. This block displays a message in a speech bubble. I'm sorry, I don't know about that. Here's how to install Python. Before you can use a Python programming language, you need to download and install it on your computer. Python 3 is easy. It's very easy to install and works on Windows, PCs, Macs, and Linux operating systems such as Ubuntu. When you install, what is idle? When you install Python 3, you'll also get a free program called Idle. IDELE, Integrated Development Environment. Designed for beginners, IDELE includes a basic text editor that allows you to write and edit Python code. Right. Right, so it's variables in Python. Types of data. Functions. A function is a piece of code that performs a specific task. It bundles up the code, gives it a name, and can be used any time by calling it. Escaping loops. We're only making plans for Nigel. Right. That there looks very similar to the sort of basic programs that I used to write. I could maybe get into computer programming as a hobby. See that there looks, but I think it's quite similar to right. I try not to eat too many of them because I try not to eat too. I do like sweets and chocolate, but I try not to eat too many of them because for the simple reason is that if I do, I could end up having all my teeth taken out. because too much sugar rots your teeth, you know. You know exactly who you are. Don't act clever. I don't know I don't know who that's directed towards. I know it wasn't directed towards you. No, it wasn't. I'm well aware of that. Have I ever had a tooth out? I think I've had a few taken out, yeah. I tell you what I'm going to do for my live discussion next week. I'm gonna get onto music. I'm gonna do a discussion on what was in the pop charts in the year you left school, and after that, I'm gonna do a few a few renditions. I'm gonna do I'm going to do a discussion on what was in the pop charts the year you left school, and after that, I'm going to do a few karaoke's of the songs that were in the pop charts in 1985, the year I left school. So hopefully that's what you're in store for next week. So hopefully the messages that'll be getting will be more relevant to to the subject being discussed than what they have been this week, really. But anyway, you've all been a good, you've been a great. Love your channel, Philip. Yeah, thanks very much. You've all been a great help. You've all contributed towards towards the discussion today, and you've helped me to get it to over an hour. So I'm very much appreciative of that. But next week, my live discussion will be about what was in the pop charts in the year you left school. So